everyone, today I'm going to read you a story about pets. This is a story called Everything Pets. It's by National Geographic. I would highly recommend anything by them. There's lots of information. They tell us a lot of facts. This is nonfiction, full of beautiful photographs. And today we're going to talk about pets, and we're going to talk about animals that would be a pet or live at home with us compared to animals that would not and would be considered wild animals. Okay? So here's a little introduction to pets. It's called Pets on Parade, and you can see lots of examples of different pets on here, from birds to dogs and cats to even a ferret, a rabbit, fish, snakes. Those could be examples of pets, okay? Pets are animals that people like to keep as a companion. Okay, what's a companion? Something that we enjoy living with, something that keeps us company, okay? Pets are members of our families. We take care of them, we feed them, they make us feel good. Pets are our friends. This is a graph that gives us information about which pets are the most popular, and you can see that the fish is actually the most popular pet, or most people have a fish as a pet. Then you see a cat and a dog. We see birds, reptiles like a lizard, and even a horse is a pet. Probably need a stable or a farm or a place for them to live, but a horse could be considered a pet as well. Not all animals are a pet. A cow and a wolf, you can see those animals over here, those are not pets. Why aren't they a pet? Well, a cow provides us with food. It also provides us with fur. It provides us with hide. And a wolf wouldn't be a pet because a wolf is an animal that's not used to living with people and being around people, and they're not safe. They might exhibit aggressive or mean behavior because they're not used to living around people. So that would not be considered a pet, okay? Here's just a nice picture. This is a photo gallery of pets and their people, okay? Pets are social. They enjoy good company, whether they're cuddling with their own mothers, hanging out with you, or talking among themselves. Pets are happier and healthier when they have good friends, good food, and lots to do. Now let's talk about animals that are not a pet. These are examples of animals that are not a pet. Tigers, chimpanzees, this particular snake that lives in a swamp. These are not pets. And why aren't they Why aren't they a pet? Because owning a wild animal can end very badly, for the animals and the people around it. Hundreds of incidents of injuries have been caused by wild animals who people have kept them in their homes. They're not really safe. And if they're so dangerous, then why do people like to keep a wild animal? As babies, little tigers, wolves, snakes, and some animals, they seem manageable and people think they're really cute. But as the animal gets older, it grows bigger, stronger, and they can do real damage, okay? Exotic animals is what we could call the wild animals. They belong in sanctuaries or they belong in the wild. And people that keep them in a sanctuary, they're trained on how to care for wild animals. So those people would be safe being around a wild animal, okay? So now I'm just gonna show you how pets and animals are like us. They like to do this, we'll compare them, how they like to do some of the same things. Many times, it's fun to teach your animal tricks. Smart. Animals are smart and can learn so many things. A lot of times animals, many movies, books, are about animals, or the animals are the main characters. So animals can provide us enjoyment in a lot of ways. Animals, not only are animals friends for life, is what we do like to call them, they also are helpful, and they protect us. So animals can be trained to be protectors, service animals to help people. So I'm sure you've seen police dogs and firefighters have animals that can help them. Also, animals can be helpful to people in many different ways. So this is a book about pets and all the things that pets can do and what makes an animal a pet versus an animal that would be wild. So I'm going to look at my chart, and my chart here has a column, and this is something you can do for your activity. And basically I made like a little T-chart, we call it. And on one side we have domesticated or pet animals, and we have wild animals on this side. So I'm going to show you some pictures, and we're going to put them where they belong on our chart. Again, you don't have to have pictures. You can make a chart and you can draw pictures. So if I started with the giraffe, domesticated or wild, where do they belong? I bet you said wild, and you are right, because that would definitely be a animal that belongs in the wild. What about a dog? Domesticated, right? So I would tape this here. Unfortunately, my tape just fell and I can't find it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of tape from our giraffe and just sort of show you that these are some activities and things that you can do at home. Here's our dog, and I'll just show you some pictures. Here's a cat, domesticated or wild. Definitely in our domesticated. That would be a companion, a pet. A tiger, wild, right? An animal that would live in the wild. A bear, wild or a pet animal? Definitely a wild, I bet you said. Fish, domesticated. Fish would be domesticated, an animal that we could have at home with us. In a fish tank, of course. Elephant, wild animal, right? They need to be in their habitat, in their homes. Same with zebra. They need to live in their own habitat, or the jungles, or where their homes would be in nature, where they belong. Unlike a rabbit. Many rabbits could live with people. Sometimes they live in the wild also, but many rabbits could also be a companion or a pet that you could live at home. And there's so many more that we can talk about, and I bet you can come up with other animals and compare domesticated to wild animals, pet animals to wild. Okay, thanks.